the Bears and Buffalo Show.
And we're live. Beers and Buffalo Podcast, Season 7, Episode 26. Back at it again for the final episode of the NFL. Final week of football, Super Bowl 60. I forgot what LX is for a second. It should be going.
I don't know.
It should be going.
But
it should be going.
right.
I got mine.
I got mine. That's weird.
I got mine. You got that doo-doo. You got to get an iPhone. Got it.
No, it's your shit-ass Wi-Fi.
Got it. Yeah, I got about 400.
You're definitely feeling better because we pushed this back 2 days because you were sick.
Yes.
Come over and just ripping on me. You were definitely feeling better, brother.
The first thing you guys are going to notice is it's not Wednesday. We did have to push this back a couple days, like Jeff said. We're feeling a little under the weather. Got that seasonal cold, stuffy nose, sore throat.
There it is, we're live.
I know. I got it. I know.
That's weird.
It gave me the green like mark on the studio on OBS too, and it says excellent connection. So we're good, dude. I knew we were good. This thing, yeah. Sometimes I don't get the email right away either, though. It gives me a delay, but we're here, man. We made it. I'm not going to say season. It's season finale for the NFL, but we're going to do, like we talked about, a couple more episodes after this. You know, this week or this episode, we're going to go through. We got a good show. We're going to go through the beer awards. We got the end of the year NFL awards or the honors, and then we'll give out some Super Bowl predictions. And then
probably sprinkle in some of the coaching hires.
Some coaching hires. I did write that down, as well as like some Hall of Fame talk too.
Oh yeah,
Bill Belichick getting snubbed. We could talk about that.
Cheater, dude.
And then
oh, there's my notification.
There you go,
2
man.
2 minutes late.
Yeah. And then, like I said, we're going to do a March Madness episode. We're going to try to maybe do a couple, depending on how the Sabres do this year.
Yeah.
We'd like to do some playoff hockey as well. So I'll say the season's not over, and I don't even. It's really a gray line when the season begins and ends. Typically, it's like it used to be as soon as football was over. Then last year we did the March Madness pool. Mm-hmm. I'd say. Once the draft begins, that'll be the new season. So whatever the last episode is we do before we start back up again with the NFL draft, that'll be our season.
They're
our
just
actual
numbers
season
at this point.
I know. There's no real structure.
Need a season at this point.
It's actually just season 1, episode. I don't even know what we're on. Probably 100 something.
Got to be more than that.
200 something.
Season 7, technically.
7 times 20.
That's 140.
Yeah. So and we weren't. These are more. We've been doing way more episodes later years too than the earlier seasons. Right. I'd say about 140, 130 episodes maybe. Awesome. And again, I want to tell everybody about that opportunity that we have next year. Potential sponsor, Around the Corner Saloon and Cafe, Lakewood, Ohio. Shout out to Hefty Lefty from the Green Means Go Discord for that opportunity. We're planning on making the trip next season. End of preseason, we'll do a live episode at the bar. It's a huge Bills backer bar.
For that.
Again, we're pumped for that.
I want a shotgun a beer and go through a table on that episode. I know we don't really want to go live on YouTube, but we want to record it. Mm-hmm. But we should at least record a video to put on YouTube after the fact. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
So that way we don't have to worry about like, oh, are we live? Are we gonna have any issues?
I don't think we're gonna do an actual live episode. We'll do the recording there. It'll be a fun time. And I just don't want any. It's going to be hard enough already to I'm trying to picture how we're going to be doing this in a bar with all the other shit. So I have a feeling technical difficulties will strike if we attempt to go live.
I think we'll have to set up my actual PC for that instead of using a laptop, just because I think it's.
Well, if we're not going live, I don't think it matters. You just need to record it.
Yeah, you're right.
You can just plug the shit in the wall and we're good to go. So just to make sure we have enough power strips for our mics and everything. So but it'll be a fun episode. All right, so let's get into it. Before we talk, I guess, football, we got to go through the beer awards. But before we do the beer awards, we got one last beer to add to the list. We'll see where it ends up ranking, I guess. Let me just put this on the screen here so the lovely folks can see what I'm talking about. Last beer review. We'll probably obviously be drinking on these episodes, but I think it's probably the last beer.
Light or something.
Yeah, something like that. But last beer review, I'll say for season 7 here.
This is you got the picture on the screen before I got here. I was like, that's a fun can, and it's funny because I was thinking earlier when you sent me the beer list for the year. I said, we should review the best can, but we didn't have all the pictures of them. It would have been taking too much time to actually go through everything and find all the cans.
Some of the seasonal ones too, they don't even have online. You might not even be able to find a picture of it. You might, because Untapped and Beer Advocate, those websites, basically like a beer encyclopedia. Well, somebody took a picture of this at some point in time, so
Yeah.
I'm sure we could find a picture, but a lot of the brewery websites, if it was a seasonal beer, especially earlier in the year, or last year, I should say, probably won't have it. Oh, this looks amazing, dude.
Great pour. What a haze. You can already tell this is a nice hazy. You didn't even tell us what you brought this week. I interrupted you.
No, you're good.
Sorry about that. But this is I can smell it from here. It smells good.
So this is called Go Ahead Punk Make Me Haze. It's a New England IPA, 6.7%, coming from Prison City Brewing. And I know I should have did better research. Brewed and canned in Auburn, New York, but I want to say that's up in like the Adirondack area. Their website says 80K all over it. So
yeah, I would assume.
I don't know exactly where Auburn. It's not Auburn. Was it Georgia? It's not Auburn. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's fake Auburn. Citra and Galaxy hops, New England style IPA. Yeah, man. Let's give this a gander.
Yeah, it smells great,
dude. I smelled it when I poured it. That's usually a good sign of an IPA.
Great sign if you can smell it when you pour it.
Here, cheers. You're good. You're good.
Cheers. I only got foam anyway. That's good.
Damn, that's good.
That's very good. That's pushing right there. And we talked about it before we went live. We already know the beer of the year is going to be probably the White Bronco. No spoiler alert. That's right up there with it, though. That's very good. Great flavor,
dude.
It's not too much flavor. It's not bitter. It's smooth. It's very good.
I don't know what I feel like it's a little more floral than fruity on this one.
Yeah, I would say so.
Because I'm not getting the typical like mango or peaches or any grapefruit from the. Definitely no grapefruit on this one, which I'm fine because I'm not a huge grapefruit fan. But even though we've liked some beers that had grapefruit notes in them, this is a solid fucking beer, dude.
Yeah, it is. This is very good pick. Good pull,
dude. It's the last 4-pack they had at Consumers too.
It was meant to be.
And I was in there for a while because I was like, I'm trying to find something good for the last episode. Yeah. I almost pulled the trigger on a what do you call sour? Because we did no sours this year.
I was thinking that next year we got it. Even though I'm very opposed to sours, it's going to be better than that Bud Light Highmark Stadium.
Well, I did do a breakdown of the style of beers, and it's actually very even on what we reviewed this year. But I was thinking about it. I'm like, should I just, because I already knew the list when I went there. I'm like, should I just throw us off and just put one sour in the mix? And it was like, I don't know if it was from Halloween. It was something treat, and it was like rainbow something sour, and it had a bunch of different things in it. So it might have been pretty crazy, but also it was like 8%, and I was like, I want to keep us a little low this episode because we're going to be we're starting early. We're probably going to be drinking after. It's a Friday, guys. So I was trying to keep the ABV in mind there, but. Let's go to the rate this thing. I'll let you go first, man. I'm
going to go with 9.3 on this one. This is fantastic.
Wow.
I think I might be around where the White Bronco. I think the Bronco, for me, was like a 9.5. But if I'm higher than the Bronco, I got to rate it lower.
No, you can't.
Okay.
No,
I like the Bronco, but I don't remember.
That's why I didn't put it. I didn't put it up. I don't either.
Remember the rating.
And I actually looked at it, and I still don't remember. I think you're right.
You sent it to me, and I printed it out, and I brought it home. Because I wanted to go through it, and I fucking left it in my work backpack.
I think you're right. I think I was a 9.3 in the Bronco, and I don't know if I could put it there just out of just ranking it so high. But
I'm gonna put it at 9.3 just in case. Whatever. It's a very good beer. Honestly,
I'm gonna give it. If I don't know what I gave it. If I think I gave it a 9.3, I'm giving this a 9.1. I'm gonna go 9.1 or 9.2.
I think I gave a 9.5 for the Bronco because I think that.
Let's take a look at the reveal here.
All right, here we go. Moment of truth.
All right, White Bronco was 9.4. Was me. You gave it a 9. Wow, this is your highest one. 9.3, dude.
9.3. All right. Well, I like the Bronco better, but I guess I didn't score the Bronco properly.
9.1. Okay, so I was close. I said 9.3. I gave it a 9.4. And then we gotta do this little average here.
Look at you.
I don't know if it'll
Somebody knows how to use Excel. I sure as fuck don't.
Well, of course, this thing you wanted to mess up with me.
Well, I could have told you the average on that one. It's 9.2.
I know.
That's basic. That's basic.
I wanted to be fun.
Yeah. That's fair.
And then here's what we'll do. This is going to change the list a little bit, but where is my sort? Z to A. Bang. So our top 3 beers now for the. Oh shoot! I should move. I'm going to move my. because the stream is blocking it. Let me see if I can do. How do I want to do this? You know what? I can make us smaller for right now. Let's do that.
Nobody wants to look at us.
There we go. No, that's easier. There we go. Now we can see the whole screen. It might be a little bit small if you're on your phone. I apologize. If you're on TV, this is great. If you're watching from TV, it's great. All right. Our best beer, and I just took an average of our scores. We actually tied. Oh, Mackie.
Sorry, Mac.
Well, that is what it is. That's why we go live.
I on the table trying to do
Oh, you did the thing.
I did a little drum roll. My bad.
White Bronco and our literally the last beer
this is a very good beer though,
tied with an average of 9.2. Wavetable coming in second at 8.75, and then third was the Juiciest Bomb, which is also a more recent beer that you picked up.
Yep.
And that was a high one too. It was 9.5%. And usually some of these high ones we don't really get up there. There was an 8 here, but outside of this 9 and this 8, look at these. Nothing really broke that 7-9 until we got to the Christmas ale. I'm coming down here. I
love that the Blizzard Brew was the last one. We know that's the worst beer we had.
We know. So most reviewed beers, we did 9, count it now 10, because this was before I bought this one. We did 10 IPAs, 8 lagers, and 8 ales, which was pretty even. I thought this year we did like 100 IPAs.
Well, I think at some point in the season, I strayed away from the IPAs because I knew we were doing a lot of IPAs, and I would say 75% of the craft beers in consumers and Wegmans is probably an IPA, a New England IPA.
Yeah.
But there's so many different types of IPAs. So New England, West Coast IPA, double IPA, all that bullshit.
I just tried to kind of sum everything because like that winter warmer we had, I had to do a lot of research. I think I ended up finding out it was an ale because I didn't know where to put it.
Right.
Some of the Kolsch's I think were technically Pilsners. So I summed those together into a broader category because yes, we did Pilsners, we did a Bock, we did the winter warmer, whatever the fuck that you want to interpret that as. There was hazy IPAs, New England IPAs, an American IPA, I think we did. So we did a brown ale, we did a red ale, we did a German Pilsner. So it was easier to just kind of group everything into those 3 categories. And I knew we did IPAs, but I didn't think it was that close. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, no. And like I said, I think the reason is because, like I said, I was like thinking about it when I was buying my beer for my weeks that I didn't want to just get an IPA, even though it's like, I know we like IPAs. Let's try a different IPA. It's like, well, let's broaden it a little bit and try something different. Because, we are trying beers. We try to get stuff we've never had before. You've had the White Bronco before the podcast, but which...
You've never had the White Bronco before the podcast?
I might have I don't know. I can't remember the last time I was at Brickyard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was before the fire. It was just years ago.
Oh, then they didn't have it, though.
That's what I mean. So I don't think they had it then.
No, because that was for BBC Brews It. So it was way before even that.
I don't think I've been to Brickyard before they had the brewery.
Okay, so yeah.
So I don't think I've ever had
I'm glad I got you on the train, but...
so good.
Yeah, so look at New England IPA, a hazy, and a triple IPA. So our top 3 or 4 beers here were IPAs.
Yep.
Our highest ABV was that Christmas ale for St. Bernardus. That was a good beer, and for a 10%er, you can kind of get it after you had it, but while you're drinking, you're like, this isn't bad, and it sneaks up on you later, dude.
We were in that podcast, we're like, these are sneaking up real quick.
Next year, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make the trip to Canada. I'm going to come back with another 4 of the Christmas ales and another variety pack of those St. Bernard.
Yeah, those are good.
Those are really good beers, man. That Christmas ale was especially really good. And then our worst beer, like you said, was that Bud Light lager, dude.
It's just Bud Light.
It's Bud Light
because it's the Bills, Highmark Stadium Snow.
It's Bud. I know Darren was all pumped. He's like, dude, how is the Bud Light? I'm like, dude, it's just Bud Light, dude.
Bro.
It's a cool can with Bud Light.
Oh, I gotta get you a new can. I gotta get you a can too.
Oh yeah, I need a new can. That one, I don't know what happened. It's like the
you know what
label is like
I put it in my cup holder. I wonder if it
that came from off when they manufactured it. It was like a defect. I think it's a can defect.
I got a couple more that aren't gonna get
was this the one that what was the one you hated? Here's the Fat Cat one. Where was the one that remember it was like awful, dude? Was it this close? I don't. It had to be. Where else would you rather beer?
Yeah, that was. I remember that one because it was a knockoff of.
It was week 6.
Where else would you rather be? I was like, this isn't good, and that's when I was like, I gotta make up for it. So week after week, I'm like, I gotta go get a good beer. Got to make sure I got to make up for the where else would you rather beer.
Look at this, dude. Our bottom 6 beers were in the beginning of the season here. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 6, week 8. This Blizzard one obviously.
That don't count.
So the first 6 weeks of the, or the first, 8 weeks.
I'm actually shocked that Broken Skull one's so low. I thought we rated that higher.
I did too. Where's the Broken Skull at? Right here?
Week 0. That was the first.
Oh, that was the first episode.
Yeah.
I know. That was, I don't know. I think it was just more of like, it definitely wasn't like this. I like IPAs that are like fruity and floral.
Yeah.
That one just kind of tasted like high alcohol content.
Yeah, you're right.
It was just like, it didn't really have that quintessential IPA flavor that I like. And then obviously the later we got here, we started getting better with our picks. We started rating them a little bit higher here. But White Brown, we knew that was going to happen. But this pumpkin caramel was a good surprise.
That was a very good one. I was shocked. I'm not a huge caramel fan, and I've had the pumpkin or whatever. Yeah, the pumpkin. I've never had obviously never had the pumpkin caramel, and I was like, pumpkin's okay.
The caramel was a hitter, dude.
And I don't like caramel, but the fact that worked so well together, I was like, this is fantastic. Way better than the pumpkin.
Absolutely.
Regular. And the fact that I don't even like caramel, and that was really good.
I actually like pumpkin, and I thought that was better too. So, and again, 8.6%, one of those ones that sneak up on you. But it was delicious, dude. Our Forever Ever, that was what, last week?
Yeah,
last week's episode.
Good.
That was up there. That made top 6.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The risotto you put up there, another hazy.
Yep.
I remember this was during Christmas, the Community Beer Works Holiday Survival Kit.
The Hell's Lager. We had to look
Hell's
up.
Lager. I had to look up what a Hell's Lager was.
Actually, I think it was. I forgot who posted in the chat what it actually was, or what they got it for us.
Oktoberfest down here for Halloween. That was kind of in the top half here. Christmas in Lewiston. Did we do that on? Was that the Christmas episode, or was the
Christmas one was?
Was this the Christmas one?
Yeah, the same.
We did so many. Look, we did Christmas in Lewiston, Christmas Ale, and another Christmas Ale.
Yeah,
we had 3 Christmas beers.
I love my Christmas season, so
I know December was like a Christmas beer one. I'm
actually shocked that the fucking Modelo's up there because it's just a regular beer.
Where
we rated it so high. It's way up there. It's like we both gave it an 8.1, dude.
I'm looking back on that. That should be like a 7. I'll be honest with you guys.
Yeah, probably should.
I think we were just.
That was right after Christmas.
No, it wasn't. That was 2 weeks ago. That was after the Bills lost, and I said they're going to be in Mexico somewhere, and I grabbed the fucking Modelo, and I didn't feel like reviewing a beer that week, so I was like, I'm grabbing a Modelo because they're in Mexico.
Yep.
They're in Cancun. There's Animal Style. Did you get that one, or did I get that one? That was Animal a cool can too.
Which was,
remember, it was a white can and had like that writing. It just said Animal Style on it. It was a white can with like a colorful writing on it.
Honestly, looking at, I think I got that one based off of the weeks. Because you're evens, I'm odds at this point. Nope, that's not right because you got White Bronco. We took a week off, so everything changed after the week off.
Yeah, who knows? So,
well, I got 0.
I might have got it because that was early in the season. That was 5. Then you would have been 6, and I got 7. So it might have been me.
Yeah,
that was a cool can. And then like we already talked about some of these. Yeah, but a surprise on the Broken Skull one, and then these were just kind of.
The Cattywampus wasn't good.
Yeah, man, I was kind of. I thought I was going to.
I actually had dinner there tonight. Well, not there, but had their dinner. Had their food for dinner. Which they have great. They usually have really good beers, though. I just didn't like the Cattywampus. It was
the funny thing is, Brickyard Brewing and Griffin Brewing are like close to each other. It's like you would think. No, one was our number 1, and one was bottom 4.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, we can do.
Shout out to the local breweries.
I also tried to stay local too.
Yeah, we did. We bought a lot of local breweries. New York State breweries, like the one we tried today, and then we threw some heavy hitters in there. It's just some random ones, and then we had the international one with the St. Barnabas. So next year, I'm excited to. The hard part now is to remember what we've tried. I kind of do, but I might have to start bringing the list into me to consumers.
I know.
All right, guys, let's get into it. We're going to start talking some football. We'll start off with the awards, I guess. And I got this to help me out because I don't know what to talk about, so we can kind of go through here if we want to.
So it's funny because last night I wasn't keeping track, so I just asked Google. Like I Googled who won the NFL awards.
Yeah.
And this is what this shit told me. Major awards. This was off of Google. I said NFL MVP or NFL Honors Awards 2026. It told me Drake May was the MVP. It told me Offensive Player of the Year was Christian McCaffrey. Defensive Player Myles Garrett. Rookie of the Year Drake May. He's not even a rookie. Defensive Rookie of the Year Ted McMillan. who plays wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers. It says Ted McMillan plays for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Comeback player of the year was Trevor Lawrence. Nope. Coach of the year was Mike McDonald. Nope. Walter Payton, man of the year, CJ Stroud. Nope. Not one of these was correct. And I Googled it at like 9:30 last night. Like, Google, you're fucking drunk. Let's go through the actual awards now. Because that was ridiculous.
So I kind of went a little bit out of order because I was just following this web for ESPN. I had them all written down in a specific order, and then I was like, I'll just follow ESPN. We're starting off MVP here, Matt Stafford, QB for the Rams. Runner-up was Drake May. Josh in third with 2 votes. Justin Herbert with 1 vote. We'll start with that. Why did Justin Herbert get a vote?
How
did Justin Herbert get a vote?
Whoever one of the voters was is a Chargers fan. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Because those are first place
But
votes.
even if you're a Charger fan, it don't even make sense.
There's 500 votes. Those are first place votes.
We'll go through it at the very end here, but I actually wrote down some of the rules and how they do the voting. I actually found a diagram because it's extremely complicated how they pick people. Oh, I'm thinking of the Hall of Fame. My bad, dude. I'm thinking of the Hall of Fame. See, now I'm looking at it. I'm all over the place. I was thinking of the Hall of Fame.
We're going to talk about the Hall of Fame.
We are going to talk about the Hall of Fame. But you're right. There is a lot. I know, 6.7. Yeah, I don't understand how he got a vote. Chargers fan, I guess. Matt Stafford, does he deserve it? I think so.
I think so, too.
47 touchdowns, 4,700 passing yards, I believe. That's right there. I don't even have to guess, but I was right. Yep. I know this doesn't have anything to do with it, but 37 years of age. Like, you're getting up there at the end of your career while most quarterbacks have been retired by now, and you're putting up an MVP season. In my mind, that does carry weight, but I don't think age has anything to do with the criteria.
He is now the oldest player to win the MVP. I heard the stat earlier. I'm already drawing a blank on the name. The only year I remember is 1963. He is now the second oldest player to win the NFL MVP.
Okay.
Which, 37 years old. I guess for a quarterback, I guess that's the new average though. Is 37 years old for a quarterback. Like, I feel like that's probably going to be about the average of some of these quarterbacks, these younger quarterbacks that we have now with Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, all these Jalen Hurts, all the quarterbacks now that's probably going to be the minimum age they play till. 15 years ago.
If you're good. Yeah, if you're good.
Well, that's why I named the top 5.
And you can stay healthy.
Right, you're right.
There is other contributing factors.
Matt Stafford, we didn't think was going to be healthy this year. The dude had to get an epidural before the season started.
Health is a big factor. But the quarterback, especially in today's NFL, is it's the most protected position. Mm-hmm. They're not getting hit like they used to. It's not Brett Favre, dude, going out there and getting truck sticked, or Ben Roethlisberger, even more
Young
recent.
had his career ended early because of concussions from getting hit so much.
Yeah, especially back then, dude. Yeah, people were getting ran over, dude.
In the late 90s.
That's further than Ben Roethlisberger, dude. Like, I'm saying, like,
yeah, that's fair. Ben Roethlisberger played 4 or 5 years ago. I totally forgot about that. He played that COVID year.
They got bounced. COVID? That was 6 years ago, bud. It's 2026.
I'm still in 2025. My apologies, but still. But that was like, I just can't. I don't remember him being in the playoffs. But that was the playoff game that they lost to the Baker Mayfield Browns.
Oh wow,
that's what I mean though. It's like I forgot realistically 6 years ago. I'm like, I didn't think Ben Roethlisberger played that long.
He did. He played for a long time, dude. He's got a Super Bowl too.
He's got 2.
He's got 2 Super Bowls. Runner up, Drake May. We're mad, Drake May.
Nobody's mad. Drake
Stafford, 300 more passing yards, 15 more touchdowns than Drake May. Drake May had the rushing, and he had some rushing touchdowns in there. Cool. I think he had the QBR as well, like 6 points or whatever. But just looking at the flat out touchdown to interception ratio, which was incredible. And what the record and what he meant for the team. And look, you gave the guys some weapons, dude. Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua. They had a good run game. They had a good defense. You have a good coach. Like, it's still surprised. Like, that's why at the beginning of the season, like, not the beginning of the season, but halfway through the season, you're like, it's going to be either the Rams or the Seahawks. And one of those teams did come out on top. But I still thought that it could have been anybody's game last week. I really thought the Rams were going to pull that one out. It was a back and forth. That was the best playoff game, I think, the entire
Yeah. Also, I think Matt Stafford played to a higher competition level too than Drake May did. Drake May, it's already all over there. The Patriots had the easiest schedule, which I get it. But they played the Dolphins twice. They played the Jets twice. They played a lot of teams, but they also lost to the fucking Raiders. So
it happens.
It happens. But
anybody
I think a lot of that goes into it too. Is your strength of schedule?
Yeah. So I'm not mad at it. Good for Matt Stafford. Congrats to him, oldest player to win MVP. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett.
No shock.
Cleveland Browns. Nobody shocked. Broke the sack record. Yep. I think he had like more than half of the entire Bills sacks, something like that.
He had more sacks himself than teams had combined.
Right.
Like 90.
No, I'm just thinking about the Bills, but yeah, you're right. He's just a one-man wrecking crew out there.
So good.
They paid that guy. He performed this year. Usually when you get paid, you kind of take a year off.
No, he did the complete opposite.
He did the complete opposite. He broke a record.
He tried to keep his team in competition. Which I
do appreciate that.
Yeah, I do too.
I appreciate that
because, like you said, a lot of people that get paid are like, I can slow down a little bit. I got my money. I don't want to get hurt. They chase the bag,
and then especially like that first year after they get the bag, is usually a letdown year.
That was my worry with James Cook this year. I said the same thing. I was like, you know what? James Cook got paid. He might regress a little bit now. Mm-hmm. He held out, got his contract. I was like, well, maybe they don't use him as much or he doesn't perform as well because he got his bag,
Yeah. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Tet McMillan, Carolina Panthers, wide receiver. I don't think I'm shocked on that one. Who else did you have up there?
I had Igbuka up there. I thought he was going to get there, but he had injuries.
The injuries fucked him, dude. Or else he was on pace, I think.
Tyler Warren I had up there originally, but he got hurt too. So it's just like, or did the team fall off? It was one of the two.
Both.
Both the team fell off.
He really didn't get hurt, though. I think he might have missed maybe a game, but like it was more the team falling off after the Daniel Jones injury. That really kind of screwed his stats because he was pacing that first half of the season when Daniel Jones. I think Tyler Warren would have won it because I think they were just a better all-around team anyways. And same with Igbuka. Like I think that the Bucks were a better overall team.
They fell off too.
The injuries killed that team, and then Igbuka got hurt, and then all their wide receivers got hurt, and then Baker got hurt, and then the defense got hurt, and then they didn't make playoffs. Tet McMillan was consistent the whole year, and a shining spot on a team that made the playoffs, and he's one of the reasons why they made the playoffs. Bryce Young taking a step forward this year also helps, but having a true number one this year. He's the reason why that team, or at least the leading reason why that team made playoffs. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
for sure. And they made playoffs. They were actually competitive. They almost beat the Rams week one. They had to go to overtime. The Rams had to go to overtime to beat them, which was surprising. And I actually thought Carolina was going to try to pull that off. But Tet McMillan was an absolute stud this year from start to finish. And which well deserved Rookie of the Year.
Absolutely. I don't know anything about this. They must have added this one.
Brand
Protector
new.
of the Year?
Deion Dawkins advocated for this.
Okay.
Had they had this last year, Deion Dawkins would have won it.
Yeah, he would have.
He absolutely would have.
Joe Tooney. Was it Thuney or Tooney? Tooney. Guard for the Chicago Bears. Yeah, man. Deion Dawkins last year, you're right, would have won this.
Yep. And he's the one that's been advocating for it. And they added it for, him, not him in general, but because he advocated for so much.
Think about it. There's no other award that they could technically win. On defense, it could be any of the positions.
Right.
On offense, it's never going to be an offensive lineman.
Never.
It'll never be. So you're right. That is actually, I'm glad they did that. They obviously, nowadays, you have the advanced analytics and stats. You can pull this shit together here. I was trying to read through some shit here. Tooney tied for lead among interior offensive linemen in pass block win rate, sustaining blocks 2.5 seconds, 98% of the time. So almost 100%, this guy was giving you enough time to throw the ball, basically.
Yeah,
because 2.5 seconds is what they say is enough time to release.
Yeah,
that's anything more than that is great. Anything less, you're going to probably get sacked. So
and he didn't allow a sack this year.
Yeah, shout out to Dion for advocating.
And Caleb Williams flourished this year.
He did.
In part because of their offensive line help. And that's what the Bears did in the offseason. They spent their money on the offensive line to protect their quarterback. That's what the Patriots did, and now they're in the Super Bowl. So if teams want to take note of what to do to try to make playoffs and protect their quarterback and do all that stuff, you have to invest in your offensive line. Like, that is the number one thing you have to do. And it showed, the Bears showed it. They won their division. They won 10 or 12 games this year. They made the playoffs. They won a playoff game. Caleb Williams played way better this year than last year. I know
such an improvement, dude, from last year to this year. The Bears are a team. I mean, the Patriots, look where they're at. Patriots probably the first overall improved team, but the Bears got to be right behind them, dude.
Yeah, they both only won 4 games last year. Each of them won 12 or 13 this year. It's insane. They tripled their wins.
And the Patriots are in the division with the Bills, so give them credit for that. But the Bears are in the division with the fucking Lions, the Vikings who won 13 games last year, 14 games, and the Green Bay, which I don't know what happened to Green Bay, but they were projected Super Bowl finalists.
They were
at the beginning of the year. Remember, Bills, Green Bay, Super Bowl. I hate that shit at the beginning of the year. I hate it so much.
Yeah,
it never comes true. Comeback player of the year, DeMar Hamlin. Just kidding. Christian McCaffrey.
Don't get me started on that.
Christian McCaffrey, running back, San Fran. Yeah, man. Just look at last year. Look at this year. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
The numbers. You know what he's capable of.
Yeah.
I think it's almost like a cheat code. Excuse me, man. I think that's almost a cheat code if you miss a season because you already automatically can't do any worse.
Right.
I mean, he did come back. He played a couple games, I think, last year, right? He came back and re-injured himself later in the season.
Against the Bills in that snow game in Buffalo.
But coming back from a double Achilles injury and doing what he did, the numbers he put up this year, the importance that he is, because we'll get to offensive player of the year, but he was up there. I think he was in the top 5 in the voting. He means so much for that team. And it is actually, I was more surprised that he was healthy the entire season.
Yep.
Now, will you get 2 consecutive healthy seasons from C-Mac?
They're going to need
that's what you don't know. But he's up there in age 2.
The crazy part is I think the reason that the 49ers were so good because they had so many injuries this year. They lost 3 players on defense. They lost Kittle during the playoff game. They didn't have Brandon Ayuk, who decided not to play this 29. Year. And they also had Deebo Samuel, who they traded to the Commanders last year. So they had nobody. They had Juwan Jennings and Kendrick Bourne as their top wide receivers. Ricky Pearsall was hurt all year again. So it's the dude was. I
Jake
think the
Tongas. You had to win games with Mac Jones, Jake Tongas.
Yeah. So it's I think Christian McCaffrey's probably about 82% of the reason that they made playoffs and had as good as of a record as they did.
All right, TV right now. Look at him.
Look at that. We're just talking about that game.
Shout out to Christian McCaffrey. That is a question. Can he repeat? I don't even need him to be an offensive player. Just have a healthy season, I think it helps the NFL, man. It's good for football.
That's been his issue since he got to San Francisco. Well, he was hurt in Carolina too the one year too.
Yeah, obviously, I want the Bills to do is the best they can do, but I think it's good for football when you have a healthy Christian McCaffrey. If you have a top 5 running back that misses an entire season, it just ruins shit, dude. Not talking fantasy, just ruins shit. You want to see everybody healthy out there. Coach of the year, Mike Vrabel, New England Patriots.
No surprise.
No surprise. Look at last year, not there. Look at this year, they're there. I think that's a given. It's an automatic win almost. 4 wins to, what do they have this year? 12?
13?
13?
14.
Probably
14, yeah, it says there.
14 and 3. 10-game improvement, tied the 99 Colts and 2008 Dolphins for the best turnaround in NFL history.
It's incredible.
You win. You win Coach of the Year.
Ben
you don't
Johnson,
have to do much.
I don't even know if Ben Johnson was a finalist or I didn't see the finalists for that. Ben Johnson, I could see for Coach of the Bears because of what he did with Caleb Williams and that Bears team. They were the same. They only had 4 wins last year.
Mike McDonald probably up there,
Mike McDonald probably was too. You're right.
If you make the Super Bowl, I feel like you should be at least a finalist.
Right.
Just for what you did.
Well, this is before. These are supposed to be voted on before all of this
playoffs.
Stuff, but yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, these are pre-playoff.
Well,
awards.
now you look at it and it makes sense. So it actually is, all right, you vote before the playoffs, and then when it comes to fruition, it's dude, we voted for Mike Vrabel to be Coach of the Year, and he's in the goddamn Super Bowl. And if he wins the Super Bowl, then it's even more of a genius thing. So, Mike Vrabel turning the team around. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Carson Schweschinger, linebacker, Cleveland Browns. Don't know too much about him. Led all rookies in tackles, 146, tackles for losses in 11, tied for third in interceptions with 2 amongst the rookies. Good for him. The Browns, again, having great defense.
Yep.
Nothing else seems to ever go right for the Browns.
Except their defense.
Except for the defense. They have a shit show usually. They paid this guy a ton. They paid this sexual predator a ton of money. And they're tied up in that cap space for a while until they can decide what to do with them. They have terrible ownership. They don't know what they're doing in the coaching, hiring world, which we'll get to. But defense, they have Myles Garrett and defensive rookie of the year as well. So shout out to the Cleveland Browns for doing something right on defense.
It's the first time in NFL history they had the defense. One team had the defensive player of the year and the rookie defensive player of the year. So obviously the Browns were doing something right on defense. Obviously the offense hurt them. So it is what it is at this point, though. The Browns are still the Browns. Yeah,
the Browns are the Browns. Offensive player of the year, Jackson Smith-Njigba. Or is it Njigba? I don't think you pronounce the N, do you?
Njigba? I think it's Njigba.
Njigba, yeah. JSN, wide receiver, Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, man. Led the league in yards. I think he was second in catches next to Puka. I mean, a monster. How many 100-yard games did he have? It's like, look at the DraftKings line. The DraftKings lines every week were like 90, over 90. And that's which is like, as a bettor, you're like, I don't know if I should. He hits it like 60% of the time. He was hitting that.
Yeah.
I didn't understand like we're not going to use Cooper Kupp. Now I get it. When you got a guy like JSN who's going to go out there and get the catches every single time, he's a guaranteed. They call it a guaranteed bucket in basketball. He's a guaranteed catch in the NFL. No surprise, dude. This dude was an absolute monster.
I think them trading away DK Metcalf helped.
Yeah,
but when
I didn't even see this coming though. Like, look back. What was it? This is third year, and you look back like 1 or 2 years. Even last year, I'm like, yeah, he's good. I didn't think he was going to be this good.
Right. When he's the number one, that's like, holy shit. Like, it was unbelievable how he played this year. The sheer volume that he took. And it's not even he had the volume, but he also like caught everything. It felt like you said, he's an automatic catch. Like NBA's got, or basketball's got their automatic buckets. He's an automatic catch. It's unreal.
Yeah. I want to say it's his third year in the NFL because I'm remembering like,
I think you're right. Third year sounds right.
DK and Tyler Lockett was still relevant. Then it was DK, Tyler Lockett again, and him in the first year, but he was like the third option. Yes. Then the second year, he was kind of getting into the second option. Tyler Lockett was getting phased out, but him and Tyler Lockett were interchangeable. And then they both go, and he becomes automatic one, and it's like, I was not expecting these kind of numbers out of him. And then the last one we'll see here is the assistant coach of the year, Josh McDaniels, Patriots offensive coordinator. I think you almost have to give it to him because of the Patriots' success and the turnaround, especially offensively and what they were able to do with Drake May from year to year. Say what you will about the schedule, the strength of schedule, but it kind of goes hand in hand. I would think with the head coach that the assistant head coach is going to be right there.
Right. Yeah.
It's a weird award because maybe you just do coaches or coaching duo or.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I could see like, well, they're saying assistant coach. He was an OC, so obviously, I could see a coordinator maybe award would be more appropriate because I'm thinking like.
I think he's technically an assistant coach.
Isn't there an assistant head coach though? That's what I thought it was. Okay,
I'm pretty sure it's head coach, and then your assistant head coaches are your offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, shit like that.
Okay,
and then you branch out. Like it's head coach, it branches down offense, defense, special teams, and then they branch out as well because you got your linebackers coach, your offensive line coach, your wide receiver coach, quarterback coach, all that fun stuff too. So.
All right. Before I get into the Hall of Fame inductees, last thing I want to mention here is Offensive Player of the Year, JSN. Shout out to him. Are we a little bit PO'd that James Cook got 0 votes? 0 votes for Offensive Player of the Year. I didn't think it was going to win. However, look at year to year, led the league in touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, and yards. I don't know.
Yeah,
could you have not made a case?
Maybe a vote. Yeah, I don't know.
Something. Like 0 votes though for
I think if he had more touchdowns, maybe.
Yeah. Did he lead the league in touchdowns? I don't know. I made
not
that
this
up.
year, no.
Okay, so just yards. Yeah. But having the rushing title,
Jonathan
like
Taylor, I think, but if he didn't get a vote, I think I'd be more appealed about that because he had like close to 20 touchdowns this year.
Not even bother looking up.
Yeah, I don't know. I am a little. It sucks that he didn't get any type of nominations for Offensive Player of the Year. Deservedly, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to take like the bias out of it, but like
that's what I'm saying. I was about to say it's hometown bias on our part at this point.
So Puka Nacua, I remember he was up there. Christian McCaffrey got votes, and there was somebody else I can't remember, but maybe it was JT. It could have been JT. I don't.
At one point when they were rolling, dude, I thought he was going to be Offensive Player of the Year. He was
Stafford and maybe it was Allen. It was either Stafford or Allen, so there was a quarterback in there as well. But I don't even know if there was a running back, to be honest with you. I know Puka was 2, which, honestly, you look at the numbers, it could have been 1 or 2. Like, right. JSN and Puka were both neck and neck. I really thought, like, if you want to be fair and even about it, throw a running back in there, it's either Taylor or James Cook. And
yeah.
The biasy in me is going to say James Cook, especially from last year to this year. And again, not that it factors into their voting. You get paid, you get the bag. Usually is a letdown year. No, best year.
Right.
He's worth it. Now he's like, dude, you guys should have paid me more.
Right.
But we got him for 4 years or whatever.
3 more years.
Yeah. So
on top, the money
it was
he
a
made
4
this
year.
year,
it
wasn't even his part of his contract.
It's only a 3 year.
No, maybe it is a 4 year because I think I said originally he needed a 3 year, $36 million contract.
I'll look that up.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, and I can't think.
4 year, 46. Yep. So, I mean, get in the bag, got him for 4 more years.
And he's still on his rookie contract.
Hopefully we can.
So that doesn't even kick in yet.
Yeah. Hopefully we can expect more of this in years to come.
Yeah.
Here.
Hopefully he is next year. Hopefully the Bills, with all their new coaching and all that fun stuff, the whole coaching staff got changed. Hopefully they turn it around for the better and not the worse. I'm trying to be optimistic with this Bills head coach decision. I think I'm more upset that Joe Brady said he's calling the plays this year because I'd like to see the offensive coordinator call the plays. And I don't want to put too much on Joe Brady's plate. I talked about it last week.
He's a rookie head coach.
He's a rookie head coach.
Yeah.
You've got so much on your plate. I would just give the play calling duties to your offensive coordinator, at least for the first year, first half of the season even, until you get everything like dialed in of how you want to run this team, not just your offense, this team.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a lot to be desired here, especially after what we've seen with our offense and offensive play calling this past year. I know we didn't agree on like how they were handling a lot of these. It'd be third and long, and we do a screen pass. Like something's got to give.
And I wished I would have paid more attention to the interview he did. I forgot where he did the interview, but he talked about the screenplays, and he said the reason for the screenplays was because that gave Josh Allen a look at the defense, and if he didn't like what he saw, he could just dump it off quick, and then the next time he'd be like, okay, if I see this again, now I know I don't need to do the screen pass because I've already seen this defense.
He had an interview about the screen passes?
He had an interview. Somebody asked him about
Good job, whoever asked that question.
I don't know if it was WGR or who it was. I'll have to look it up. Or maybe if anybody that's watching can correct me on who it was. I don't think it was Pat McAfee.
It wasn't Pat.
I actually think it might have been the WGR guys.
It could have been.
I'm pretty sure it was the WGR guys because it was him.
That sounds more like it because that's something a Bills fan would notice. So I feel like it was local.
Probably.
Oh, Mackie, you go over there.
So I think it was the WGR guys because I just remember seeing the interview, talking about it, and it was Bean and Joe Brady in the same screen. So I'm not entirely sure who asked the question, but they did talk about the screens. And I wish I would have gotten the quote a little bit better. But he said it gave Josh a chance to look at the defense before the next play, basically. Right. The issue I have is that's great. That's a great plan. But you used it for every goddamn play. I remember a 3 and out where they ran the screenplay 3 fucking times. You're telling me Josh couldn't figure out that defensive scheme within the first and second down, and you still had on the third down, you still had to throw a screen.
The real answer is we didn't have a receiving core, so
I think that's more correct.
But you can't. But good for him for not throwing Keon more under the bus, because he already got thrown under the bus by his owner. So
Keon Coleman.
Yeah.
Oh, Keon.
Yeah.
More under the bus.
Yeah, because the ownership was like, "Fuck this dude." So good thing for good on Brady for not doing that.
And I've now seen some things come out, the fact that former Bills center Eric Wood asked Joe Brady about the screen passes. Thank you, Cody, for pulling that out for us.
That's not Cody Manning.
Yeah.
Cody Manning?
It says Earl 1689.
He don't know football. Are you sure?
It says Earl 1689.
Someone
brother.
got a hold of his phone. All right.
Someone's got a hold of his phone.
Jesus Christ.
He looked it up. He Googled it.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. All right. Now we got it. Now we believe him.
But I saw another interview about with Brandon Beane, saying that he was pursuing Rashid Shaheed and he was pursuing Jacoby Myers, but the Raiders weren't willing to eat part of the cap, and they didn't have the money to pay Jacoby Myers, which makes sense.
See, why doesn't this shit come out earlier?
Yes, exactly. I would have loved to have known that.
Because there's nothing against that to say, all right, the trade happens with Jacksonville, they get Myers, and then we come out, even you don't have to be right away, like a week later, hey, this is why we didn't get the guy. Yeah. Just settle everybody, because now we're all, as fans, going, the fuck is ownership doing? What is Bean doing? Yeah. Why aren't we getting players? Oh, we tried. This is the reason why. Explain it to us. Yeah. And then people will be like, man, all right, even if we want to believe you or not, do it.
And he also said that they were heavily pursuing Jalen Waddle. And what I said earlier in the year was what came out was they wanted to give up a 2027 first, and Miami wanted a 2026 first round pick.
Right.
They're the same fucking pick at this point. Just give it up. It doesn't matter.
Well, our first rounds are really like second round picks.
That's what I mean. That's why it's going to be the same next year too. So it doesn't fucking matter. But he also said, Bean also said, I think they really just didn't want to trade within the division. So they were like, nope, we want a first this year. But if that's the case, and they actually said, we want your first round pick for 2026, if I'm Bean, I'm like, yeah, here you go. Take it, because it doesn't fucking matter. We're going to get a number one wide receiver who I think would still be under contract next year. So it really doesn't make any sense as to why they didn't trade their first round pick this year for it. So I'm not buying the whole Jalen Waddle first round this year, next year. Miami didn't want to trade within the division bullshit.
Right.
I do believe Jacoby Myers was too expensive, and Rashid Shaheed, I don't even know what he went for, but it is what it is at this point. It really didn't make too much of a difference in the playoffs. The reason was the 4 turnovers and the defense stalling on the Denver Broncos last drive. It had nothing to do with the wide receiver at that point, because the Bills still put up 30 fucking points.
We were putting up points. Defense sucked. Didn't like some coaching calls in there. Josh threw a lot of interceptions.
Is why McDermott left.
Yeah, it's a lot. All right, let's get in some Hall of Fame talk real quick. 2026 inductees, a guy left out. I didn't mean to leave out something. Craig, he was running back from like the 80s. Roger Craig. I wanted to keep it a little bit relevant. So the other 4 guys, Drew Brees, Larry Fitz, Luke Kuechly, and Adam Vinatieri were the players that were inducted. We'll go down the order here. Drew Brees, yes, I think so. Long career, the numbers, the winning percentage. Did he get a Super Bowl? He did.
Yeah, he did. It was the year right after Katrina. So that was the year
that is a check mark.
They rallied around the.
This is why I think I get, if you don't get a Super Bowl, you have to have the fucking most absurd numbers. I feel
Eli Manning's got 2 Super Bowls and he didn't get in this year. This is now his second year not getting in.
We can wait on Eli.
Yeah,
he will get in. He will get in. We'll talk about that, because I don't think it's as important of when you get in as long as you get in. To me, at least. As long as it's not like crazy long. But I don't think it's that important. But Drew Brees, yes. Larry Fitz, another one.
Lock.
That was a lock.
Instant lock.
That was instant lock.
Yeah.
I think he's top 5 in yards. I'm pretty sure he's top 5 in yards all time. Played forever.
That dude was
played for like fucking 15 something years, dude. Like as a receiver, he really didn't even have a drop off. Maybe the last year or something, but like he really never had a drop off in his career. cover of Madden. Like I don't know if that counts for anything. Like I'm okay with that. This one I'm a little surprised at. Luke Kuechly, dog. Yes, absolutely great player. I thought. What did he say? More tackles than drops. Yeah, man. No, he did. Luke Kuechly, 7 years. 7 years.
But that 7-year window?
Sure, but 7 years.
That 7-year window, he was an absolute... He was before Myles Garrett. He was before T.J. Watt, before J.J. Watt. Like, he was the defensive player.
He's a linebacker, though.
But he was that player on the defense that was like, your offense has to game plan around, Luke Kuechly. He was that guy for 7 years. So, and I was kind of, originally when I saw Luke Kuechly, I was like, really? Because the dude retired early. Like, the dude could have kept playing. Like, why is he getting in basically right off the bat? And then I went back and looked. I was like, that dude was an absolute animal on the defensive side for 7 straight years.
Combined tackles, minimum of 100 every year.
That's what I mean.
7 years. I didn't realize he got those picks too. He never had a season where he didn't have an interception, which is actually pretty crazy to think about as a linebacker, because that's not always a given. Even cornerbacks aren't. That's not a given.
Yeah.
Where was his sacks at? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So 12 and a half sacks in a 7-year period. It's acceptable. It's not crazy.
I mean, that's not even his job.
That's not even his job. He was he
so.
fell back. He was in pass protection. He was tackling. It was our London Fletcher, if you remember London Fletcher. Guaranteed tackle, dude.
Yep.
And then you look at the awards. Defensive Rookie of the Year, his first year. Pro Bowl Defensive Player of the Year. Pro Bowl. I forget what AP 1 was. I think it was another all. You're right. All Pro 1.
First team All Pro.
First team All Pro. First team All Pro and a Pro Bowl. First team All Pro and a Pro Bowl and DTP of the Year, but he was number 3 on that. Pro Bowl.
Second
team. Pro Bowl. First team Pro Bowl. First team Pro Bowl. Second team. So you can't argue. I think winning awards, 2 awards every year.
He made the Super Bowl 1 year too. The year they lost to Denver, right? Was that his rookie year or second year? I think.
What are the stars? I don't even remember what the stars mean.
I know he played in a Super Bowl.
Led the league in tackles 2 out of the first 3 years.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know how to use this thing. There's somewhere on here. There's a key, but what's down here? Awards. Is there something on here?
I don't think it's going to tell you if he played in the Super Bowl or not.
Yeah, usually. No.
Yeah,
that was the Hall of Fame.
I'm pretty sure he played. I'm pretty sure there was the year that Cam Newton didn't jump on the loose ball against Denver.
Then it had to be later. It had to be like 18 or 19, right? Or 17.
I thought that was earlier,
right here?
14 or 15.
God damn, you might be right.
Cody, if you're still...
Cody, look that shit up. I know you're Googling shit over there, dude. You googly-eyed.
Fitzgerald Goat. You didn't even say Fitzgerald. Now we know it's Cody texting.
Yeah, never mind, dude.
Now we know it's Cody chatting when he's calling him Fitzgerald.
His fucking Gemini subscription ran out, dude. He don't know what he's doing anymore.
He's only allowed 3 Google searches a day.
All right, well, he's looking that up. Last guy I want to talk about here is Adam Vinatieri, a kicker making the Hall of Fame.
He's probably going to be one of the last.
He might be one. Well, I won't say one of the last. We'll probably get in somebody.
Who?
Hold on.
Don't say Justin Tucker.
Before I say Justin Tucker, Adam Vinatieri, 4 Super Bowls, won 3 of them, 2 game-winning kicks.
That's what I mean. That got him in, and he played for 22 fucking years.
Yeah,
that's incredible, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. Luke Kuechly, 7 years. This dude, 22 years. That's triple the time that he played, dude.
I know. But he won Super Bowls.
I was going to say Justin Tucker, but it's not Justin Tucker. I can't because I don't know if he got the Super Bowl. I think it was before Tucker, right? When the Ravens won that Super Bowl with Harbaugh. I'm thinking of the Harbaugh one.
That was with Ray Lewis and Terrell Suggs.
It definitely wasn't Tucker.
That was against the 49ers.
It wasn't Tucker.
Yeah, it was. It was 2013. It had to have been.
It wasn't 13.
Yes, it was. It was 2013. That was 2013. It was against the 49ers. That was in New Orleans in the Saints Superdome. That was the year the power went out.
Yeah.
2012 season, which was 2013 Super Bowl. Hey,
his rookie season.
I know my shit.
His rookie season.
I know my shit. All right.
Well, you can't blame me because I was close. I was like, I didn't think he was on the team yet. It was literally his rookie season.
Doesn't matter. I was right.
You were right. They defeated the 49ers. Your 49ers. Super Bowl XLVII. Which one was that, Jeff? You know your Roman numerals?
51.
That's not 51.
41.
That's not even. There's no one involved. 7.
XL V1. Sorry.
47, I think. Right.
XL V1 would be 46.
57.
V1. Oh, V2.
V2 is 57. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
no,
V1.
42. Super Bowl 42.
No, it's not. The V is a 5. That's 7 at the end.
The XL. L is 50. X before the L means it's 40. It's 10 before 50 means 42. It's Super Bowl 42. Just do the math, dude. That was 14 years ago. We're on Super Bowl 60. Super Bowl 42.
Does not tell me the fucking... It was the Harbaugh Bowl, too.
Just say Roman numeral in regular numbers. It's 42.
47, baby.
47. I forgot the V again. Fuck.
Hell yeah, baby. Let's go.
All right, 47. You're right. Because I could still do math. Because if I had said, 13 years ago, minus 60 is 42, my dumbass, that's 18 fucking years ago. I forgot the 5 again. My apologies. These 6.7s are catching up.
All right.
Let's move on before your mom texts us and tell us to...
We got a half hour. We can get through the rest of these. There's not too much here. I want to talk about Bill Belichick not being voted in.
We know why.
Bill Belichick not voted in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2026 because he fell 1 vote short of the required 80% approval, 39 out of 50 votes. He needed 40. Why do we think? I mean, we talked about this before the podcast. The scandals was probably the leading cause here. Spygate, the Deflategate. So Spygate was 2007.
Spygate twice.
Spygate. Well, they called it Spygate in 2007. Deflategate in 2000.
No, there were 2 different spying.
Was there 2 different ones? Okay. And then Deflategate in 2015. And then they said voting dynamics. Voters are required to select from a pool of finalists, including coaches, contributors, and seniors. And I'm going to go and explain this because I think it was actually pretty interesting on how they do this. Some voters acknowledge that they left Bill off to vote for senior candidates that deemed to be their final and last chance year. I heard that too. That does make, I think, realistically, that makes sense. Like what the media is going to say. They're not going to say Spygate. I think that's part of it. The other contributions they're talking about too were what was his record after Tom Brady. That should not have anything to do with it. You're right. You're right. I don't, as a coach, I don't think you can't take away Super Bowls. The only thing you could do is worsen your record. But at that point, yeah, it has a couple bad seasons, but it wasn't that bad. Or if you look at the bulk and then the last few seasons, that few seasons shouldn't diminish the record of the first 4 or first 10 seasons or whatever it was with the Patriots. So Cody said I can't do math. I can do math. It's just wrong. So you're wrong on that. And he also said Cushing never went to the Super Bowl. Brian Cushing. We never talked about Brian Cushing. We were talking about Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly, Cody. Luke Kuechly, Cody. God damn it! Come on, man. Brian Cushing, though, legend. Houston Texans. He is correct. Cushing never went to the Super Bowl, but I'm talking about Luke Kuechly. I thought he went. You are right, but we didn't talk about him. I thought we were talking. Right. I thought he went the year that the Panthers and Cam Newton lost to the Broncos in that Super Bowl to Peyton Manning. Yeah, dude, look up the year. Man, I'm just asking what year that was, Cody. Just figure it out, man. You got it. This is why we don't hire you to be our stat guy. We can't be the stat guy. He's looking up the wrong. He's looking up Brian Cushing, dude. Yeah, see, we haven't talked about Brian Cushing, dude. That motherfucker's name never got brought up. Shout out though. That's a poll though. That is a poll. That is a poll. That is a poll there. But I would personally, and I don't even think that Kuechly would autocorrect into Cushing if you're trying to type it out in chat. It might. Did he do Kuechly starts with a K. Did he do a K though? No, it starts with a C. Oh, he fucked up. It's like K-E-U some shit. C-H. It's K-U-E, I think, or K-E-U. You're right. Whatever. Kuechly. And then it's like C-H-L-E-Y. Like, homie, it's not even close. One ends in ing, one ends in lee. All right. All right. Sorry. So I already stated, I mean, I'm pretty sure it had to do with like the scandals. And then, yeah, I do believe that there are some senior guys ahead of him. Sure, go ahead. I agree. Will he get in? Yes. I just think it's a matter of time. Yeah. Like, people are really like losing their minds over this right now. Robert Kraft didn't get in either. Yeah, ownership. Robert Kraft deserves to be in. Sure, in the absolutely, absolutely. I hate Robert Kraft. He should be in it. He should be in it though. I hate the Patriots in general just because they're in our fucking division. But you can't deny that shit though. So it's like, all right, you put them in. It is what it is at that point. So here's kind of how it works. The modern era candidates who are only players, they have their own category. The requirements to be nominated are that the players must have at least played been 5 years removed from playing in the NFL and have received at least one generally recognized postseason honor, such as All-Pro selection, Pro Bowl invitational, or annual award. So I didn't know that. Not only have you to be 5 years removed, but you have to have some sort of award, which does make sense. Like, you can't have played 10 years and never won any award and then be like, no, I'm a Hall of Famer.
I knew you had to be 5 years removed because we talked about Phillip Rivers. He was on the ballot to be in the Hall of Fame this year, and because he came back and was on the active roster for the Colts,
5 more years.
He's got to wait another 5 years, which is insane.
The 5 years.
One of his kids is going to be in the NFL before he's nominated.
This is true. No, but I'm saying it wasn't even the 5 years. It was. I didn't know you had to win an award.
I didn't know that either.
It does make sense that is part of the qualifications. There are a number of voting stages to narrow down the modern era candidates. First vote reduces the initial list of nominees to 50. That gets narrowed down to 25 semifinalists, followed by a vote to 15 finalists. Okay. And then they choose from there.
I think there's only 5
that's for the player pool, right?
Yeah.
The other category consists of 3 subcategories, and this is where the Bill Belichick falls into. There's a senior, coaches, and contributors. Each subcategory has 9-person committee called the Blue Ribbon Committee. Senior category is for players who have been out of the year for the last 25 years. For that class of 2026, that means since 2000. 2000, yeah. Okay. The coaches category is for coaches who have been out of the league for at least one season. And the contributor, this is good, I could be a contributor. The contributors category is defined as somebody who has made an outstanding contribution to the professional football in capacities other than playing or coaching. There is no waiting period for contributors.
So that's like people like Mel Kiper.
Yes.
Who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
For his contributions, like the pre-draft, the mock drafts would not happen without Mel Kiper. Obviously, then you get into the ownership with
Robert Kraft.
Absolutely. Jerry Jones. He might.
Who would be here's who I'm thinking of, and I don't know what kind of money he's given, and it's not even the right sport. Spike Lee with the New York Knicks.
Yeah, he could be
every courtside
100%.
game, he's there every time. So I feel like I wonder if a fan has ever been inducted or at least been a finalist for one. But
NBA is different because it's not an NBA Hall of Fame. It's the national, it's like the Naismith National Basketball Hall of Fame. So it's not even just NBA. It could be college players. Who was the dude from Duke that was so good and so hated at the same time?
Coach K?
No, the player
Leitner.
Yes, Christian Leitner should be in the Hall of Fame. He's not. He had a subpar NBA career. Didn't win a championship, but played a decent amount of years. I think 10.
No, he's a Duke legend.
15 years.
He's a Duke legend. He was never a good NBA player.
He was a phenomenal college athlete.
He was one of the best college athletes, and he won a chip. I'm pretty sure. Last thing I'll add here: each year, the senior committee chooses 3 finalists, the coaches committee chooses 1, and the contributors chooses 1. These 5 finalists are grouped together and compete with each other for votes from the 50-person selection committee. They're not competing for votes against the modern candidates, so they compete within themselves.
That just sounds so fucking confusing.
But I know, and when I saw the chart, I was like, my mind was blown. So they have a list for modern day, and then they have the senior, coaches, and contributors is a separate one, and it narrows it down from 9 to 5 or something like that. And then out of that 5, they choose 3.
Okay.
So that's why Bill didn't get selected, is because it was so few.
But you want to talk about it. Is he a Hall of Fame coach? 100%.
Sure.
100%. Another debate against Bill Belichick, is he going to come back to the NFL? And that's why people are like, well, he might come back to the NFL. We're not going to induct him into the Hall of Fame just because he's not in the NFL right now, but he's still coaching. He might come back. He never actually, announced his retirement from the NFL. Okay. He just didn't get hired in the NFL last year, so he went to North Carolina. So that's another reason why people
I didn't realize that. Yeah.
So he might
technically not retired. He could technically
come back to the NFL if, say, North Carolina has a shit year this year.
I wonder if that's part of the qualification. Is what did it say here? Other categories consisting.
I don't know if he has to be
coaches
retired.
Is who have been out of the league for one. So you don't have to retire. You just got to be out of the league for one.
Yeah, but I think because he could come back, they'd be like, well, shit, we Hall of Fame head coach. Now
You're right. I think part of that is like, yes, he didn't formally retire, and although he left the NFL, he qualifies for this. But people are like, well, he could come back.
Yeah, I think that's.
I think if he plays another 4 more years, well, he'll at least do more for 4 more years in college.
He might not.
By the way, everybody's harping on this dude. Oh, look what he's done with the fucking North Carolina, their shit. I will give him this. I will defend Bill in this aspect. He inherited that job. He inherited that team, and it's a turnaround year. He didn't get to bring anybody in this year. He inherited that team. Next year and the year after, if North Carolina sucked, that is Bill Belichick's fault. I will not put anything on him because they were dog shit. They were terrible this year in college.
I'm not sure how when he got hired, what team he inherited, and who he got to bring in.
He was hired before the season, but I think the team was already in place, kind of. So
I don't know the workings.
But it's year one, so I'll always give you benefit of the doubt. Once you start building something on that, I think he'll be able to recruit some players going forward now, and because he wasn't involved with recruiting for last year. So like now, I think
that makes sense.
I think it'll be a little bit different.
I think I
got to give the guy at least a year. I'm not going to say you can't go from the NFL to college and win a chip. Like it is so difficult. He ain't Nick Saban. Nick Saban didn't win anything,
and he sucked in the NFL.
He sucked in the NFL, but
I don't know how it works. He probably was involved with like the portal and shit like that.
I don't think he was.
I would assume, but based on when he got hired, like I said, I don't know. I don't know
either. You're right.
I don't know the workings of that.
All right, let's move on here. Some coaching hires. We just got 2 recent ones here. Clint Kubiak, offensive coordinator for the Seahawks, getting hired for the Raiders job. And Mike LaFleur, offensive coordinator for the Rams, getting hired for the Arizona Cardinals.
Matt LaFleur's brother. I
had a feeling, because that would be weird if they weren't related.
Right.
Whatever website I was on gave Clint a B+ and Mike a D+. Looking at it, Clint Kubiak, they were saying, I just think the overall talent involved on that team, and I guess where he can pick up from is in a lot better hands than where the Cardinals as an organization are. And everything I read on was like the Cardinals should have hired not a first-year head coach, but a senior person to fix that, because ownership is fucked and there's other problems. A lot of skill position players are kind of... Your quarterback situation being one of them, not knowing what to do. Like, you have Trey McBride and you have Marvin Harrison Jr., but not having a quarterback. And the big thing I was hearing was like, ownership is not great and you need a senior guy to combat that. So it's going to be, he's got more of an uphill than Clint does. I think both teams have an uphill, but he was saying it's actually a lot more different than people think.
And they're both going into divisions that are stacked. You Seahawks, 49ers, Rams. You got the Chiefs, the Broncos, and the Chargers. Like those are you're taking the worst team in a division that has 3 like annual playoff contenders. Like you're not taking over a team where you're not going to the NFC South where an 8-9 team is winning the division one year, and so it's going to be way tougher for them to make these teams relevant. I'd be shocked more if Mike LaFleur keeps his job longer than Clint Kubiak. I thought the Raiders were going to be a lot more competitive this year between their offense. They got a good wide receiver tight end. They've got a good running back. Their offensive line is horrible though. And they have a more, I'm drawing a blank on the word. Somebody wants that job.
Yes.
Because they had the first overall pick in the draft. So
desirable.
Desirable, thank you. It's a more desirable job because they had the first overall pick. They have Ashton Genty, who was a top 10 pick. They have Brock Bowers, who's a top 10 pick. But their offensive line is fucking horrible. The defense is okay. They have Max Crosby for now. I've heard rumblings that he wants out, and he's played his last snap as a Raider. I'm not entirely sure how that was because he just got paid. So, it's tough, but I think the Raiders' job is more desirable just because of the first overall pick.
And you're in Vegas too.
Oh yeah, it's Vegas.
The ownership's going to spend money. You're making money there. Like people, like the Raider fan base is stronger, despite being a shitty team.
Oh, for sure.
The Raider fan base is stronger. I think it is the more desirable job. I'll agree with you on that. Anything else on coaching? Because I'm going to go right into the game.
Did we talk about the coaching hires last week about the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and stuff like that? Jim Leonard officially the defensive coordinator.
We didn't because we were saying he was like a finalist for that, but no.
Yeah.
So Jim
Leonard as a defensive coordinator, I think is a great hire. And I'm drawing a blank on our offensive coordinator's name, but he was the offensive coordinator or the quarterback coach, one of the two, for Drew Brees when Drew Brees was slinging for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns a year, basically. So I'm very hopeful.
Pete Carmichael?
Yes, I'm pretty sure he was for the
Saints
during Drew Brees' time in the Saints. So I'm very confident in Carmichael. Like I said, the issue I have with that is Joe Brady still calling the plays. I hope they're working together and Carmichael's like, here's the plays I want to run, Joe Brady. Let's run these, and not being like Joe Brady's like, he's like I said, I don't know how it works when you have an offensive coordinator, but the head coach wants to call the plays.
Yeah, I don't either. So it might be like the offensive coordinator designs them up. Here's what we got. He signs off kind of what we're going to actually call,
so which I'm fine with.
Okay.
But I still think our biggest issue on offense is needing a true number one wide receiver. And if you haven't seen Super Bowl week interviews, Justin Jefferson has given huge praise for the Bills.
Oh,
huge
God.
praise.
Come on. Give this guy everything he wants.
Huge praise for Joe Brady because that was his quarterback's coach or his coach for Louisiana, LSU. So it's one of those things where it's like, he's like, and he had to rear, but I'm a Viking. So it's like,
That's fine. Look at
Big Baller Bean, work your magic one more time. Get another wide receiver one.
I'm buying a fucking Jefferson jersey immediately.
Done deal,
dude. Immediately.
100%.
Immediately.
Yeah. Give me an 18 Jefferson jersey in Bills colors. Actually, who's an 18 now? That was Cooks. He might come back, but I think Cooks gives that up.
He'll give it up.
Unless, well, wait, wasn't Justin Jefferson number one, or was that Jamar Chase?
Chase is one.
Okay.
Jefferson's 18. All right, real quick here. Let's talk. We got about 10 minutes here. We'll talk about some Super Bowl predictions, some matchup stuff. I wrote a couple things down here. So the Seahawks, keys to victory, secondary, keys for the Patriots, their running backs. It's kind of going to be a clash here of an offense versus a defense, but the offense is more reliant on their run game. They're using that double-headed monster of Henderson and Stevenson. It's been more Stevenson as of late, actually, and I was kind of shocked in that because Henderson showed some flashes. Mm-hmm. But I think the Seahawks defense has just been such a notch above that. And quarterback play, like offensively, look at the weapons they have. It's just an overall, just collective better team. But I think the positional advantage, I give that secondary, dude. I don't see anything. There's no flaws in the Seattle defense. They have the players. They have the leadership. And then you look at the Patriots. They have a couple guys, but it's a young team. It's a young team.
No, you're right. But I'm thinking of this game. Both of these defenses are probably top 5, top 6 entirety in the NFL.
Sure.
So I'm thinking this is probably going to be more of a defensive game. And
I agree.
We got news that Drake May's shoulder wasn't 100% throughout the playoffs. He got a couple weeks to rest. So we'll see how the shoulder is. I'm really leaning towards a lower scoring defensive game in this. Like, the offense is going to have to be mistake free.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Yeah.
You're not going to, and Drake May has had fumbling issues in the playoffs this year and turnover issues in general. So it's going to be, I really think whoever wins the turnover battle, and we say this all the time, obviously, whoever wins the turnover battle is going to win this game. And both offenses are going to have to play pretty much lights out.
Yeah. I wrote a couple X factors down as well for the Seahawks. Rashid Shaheed. I mean, he's most likely going to produce the big play of the game. He's their special teams guy. I think he's the X factor of this team for the Patriots. Drake, they put somebody else down. I actually deleted that. I put my own X factor. I think it's Drake May. I think, can he overcome the pressure of a year 2 quarterback? If he can, yeah. The Patriots actually have a chance here. I'm betting against him going year 2 quarterback, easy schedule, Yeah, they've won the games they needed to. Now they get to the big game. Do you fold? And I'm betting he folds. Doesn't have the weapons that Sam Darnold does. Sam Darnold being a more experienced quarterback, been around the league, wanting it. Like, I feel I'm not going to say Drake May doesn't want it. I think Sam Darnold wants this way more, dude. He's been bounced around, tossed around, traded from the fucking Vikings. If he don't win this, he'll never win whenever again, and I promise you that's the case. Drake May has all time on his side. So from a time and a who wants it more perspective, it's Sam Darnold. But that's why I said the X factor is if Drake May can overcome that, he's the X factor, because I'm banking on Seattle defense fucking this team up. Drake relying on the run game, passing to the tight end, run game. Hopefully our defense can slow him down. We keep it low scoring. We get a game-winning field goal by the guy's name I can't pronounce. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't think this guy wins a fucking game for him. I don't think he throws 2 touchdowns for them. I don't think he does anything spectacular. He don't come back in the fourth quarter. He doesn't come with a game-winning drive. He doesn't win it in overtime. None of that I put on that guy's side. If they have a lead, Sam Darnold, I believe, can do all of that.
So I'll look at it as a reverse. Sam Darnold's going to put too much pressure on himself to win it this year because he needs to get this one, because this might be his only opportunity. Whereas Drake May plays a little bit more relaxed because he knows I'm in year 2. I got a great team. We can come back here again next year because we're still going to get. You know what I mean?
Devil's advocate there.
Devil's advocate a little bit. So you kind of flip it a little bit, like, yeah, Sam Darnold wants it more, but maybe because he wants it more, he puts too much pressure on himself and he makes the mistakes that he normally doesn't make. Whereas Drake May knows, like, hey, we're playing with house money at this point. Realistically, I think that's how the Patriots should be thinking this. Like, this is house money. We probably shouldn't be here.
Here's where I'll challenge you on that. I agree, but I think that the quarterbacks know who they're playing. I think Sam Darnold looks across the table and goes, it's Drake May, though. If Sam Darnold was going up against Josh Allen, he'd be shitting his fucking pants right now. I agree, 100%. So I think in his mind, yes, he's putting pressure on himself, but also, I got to go against Drake May? I could have been going against Bo Nix. I could have been going against Justin Herbert, Josh Allen. Any of these other guys out of the AFC,
Aaron Rodgers. Dude,
any of these other guys would scare me.
Yeah.
He literally has a year 2 quarterback. So he could put the pressure on himself, and then he goes, never mind.
But
that's why I'm thinking it's more of like he looks across the table and goes, yeah, this is my time. I think he fucking fixes it. He got over that hump. That hump was that Lions game last year. He got over that. He's in the big game now. I think he's fine, dude. I think he did what he had to do to get here, and the experience, and the games that he's been through, the coaching, the role players, the defense, everything will pay off. And we can call it whatever. I'm not going to bet spread on this game because fuck if I know. I'll do some props on this. It could be a 1-point game for all I know. I really think the Seahawks just find a way to win this one. Also, it's the rematch, dude. The Marshawn game,
I don't
dude.
like that. Not one player on either team
was there, but the city knows.
Actually, the only coach that was there was Josh McDaniels.
I bet Seattle knows, though. The fans know. So
the fans, yeah, you're right. But it's one of those things. I don't consider it a rematch because it was so long ago, and not one player on that team was on either one of the Super Bowl teams from whatever year that was. And I mean, shit. Russell Wilson's been on 3 different teams since that Super Bowl, and was at that time he was considered one of the best in the league and a guaranteed lock into the Hall of Fame. He might not even get into the Hall of Fame at this point. I think he does, but he might not.
He will.
Yeah, I don't agree with the rematch type of thing just because
I'm throwing it out there for just like, it is what it is. But all right, give me a score prediction here and what we think's happening. I know we both probably have Seahawks, but what do we think score is?
17-16 Seahawks.
Wow, you're a lot lower than I thought.
I'm very low. I think this is gonna be a defensive game. And I don't even have that.
You got Patriots plus 4.5 then if you think it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, I could sprinkle some Patriots covering the spread.
Okay.
Yeah, because 4.5.
Yeah. I don't have them covering, although I think
it's going to be more defense on this at this.
I wrote this down last week, though. That's why I'm sticking with it, but it probably is closer. 27-16 Seahawks.
Okay. So we had this. We had the Patriots scoring the same points.
Patriots can't get past 16. I think Seattle scores a little bit more. Dude, their offense is too good. So you can't tell me Smith-Njigba's not going to get one, and Kenny Walker, that's 14 right there. I think the defense might even get a touchdown. Like,
you know what's funny? I actually was talking to my neighbor about this. I said, you know what? I think I'm going to sprinkle some money on a Seahawks defensive touchdown.
Oh, 100%. I got money I'm throwing on this game. I'm putting a lot of money on this game.
I'm not putting that much money on it.
Oh,
but
I'm putting a lot of money on this game. I'm putting all.
So here's the reason I went low. I don't know. I know the Seahawks are very good offensively, and they put up a lot of points in this postseason. The Patriots have only given up 16 points on average per game in the playoffs.
Who'd they play week 1? Nobody.
Chargers.
Who'd they play week 2? Or playoff game 2? Chargers?
No, Chargers week 1.
No, they had a bye week. I'm saying.
No, they didn't.
Oh, they didn't. It was Chargers.
Chargers week 1.
What was the score of the Chargers game?
It was like 10-3.
Where were they playing? New England?
New England.
What was the weather like? Okay.
Cold.
Week 2. Broncos.
No, week 3 was Broncos.
Who was week 2?
I don't even know who week 2 was.
It's Broncos.
No, it was Texans.
That
was four turnover CJ Stroud.
A lot of turnovers.
They scored 10, like I forgot how many points, but that's what I'm saying. Turnovers. Like a lot of turnovers.
And week 3, Broncos, shit weather, low scoring game. I'm saying weather has not been on their side for a lot of these games. So does weather contribute to that on why they've been scoring?
You're right.
So now we're in San Francisco. Now you don't have the weather excuse. So can you put the points up?
The high's only in the 50s. Which
it's better than snowing.
Only in the 50s.
Better than a blizzard coming through.
When you think of San Francisco, California, you're like, shit, that weather's got to be like 60, 70 degrees. You get the text from your mom to wrap it up?
Yeah.
She tell us to wrap it up?
No, it's Cody. I told him to wait in his car. All right, we're wrapping it up. Don't worry. He's not listening anymore. So 27-16, 17-16. Real quick, we'll close on our bets here for the Super Bowl. I got Darnold over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I didn't love it, but I think it's manageable. I know he gets one. I know JSN's going to get one. Does somebody else get a second one? Barner, Cooper Kupp. Jake Bobo.
I'm gonna wear my Cooper Kupp jersey Sunday.
Jake Bobo. So I got Darnold over the 1.5 passing. Hunter Henry, I feel like he's just going to be all reliable in this one. Drake May panicking, not knowing what to do. I'm going to give it to Hunter Henry over 3.5 catches. Thanks, Cody, for walking in. He couldn't just wait in his car for 30 more seconds. Go ahead, Jeff.
So I'm going Kenneth Walker over 2.5 catches. He's the only running back on the team after Charbonnet. I really think that depending on how this defensive side of things goes, he might get a couple dump off passes like, oh shit, nobody's open, dump it down to Kenneth Walker. And I got Drake May under 221 passing yards because he has been absolute dog shit passing wise for this postseason. But yeah, that's what I've got for the Super Bowl.
All right, guys.
You want to talk 2 minutes about the Sabres?
Yeah, let's talk Sabres.
Going into the break,
quick.
The Sabres are now 21-4-1 in their last 26 games, whatever that math is. I'm not good at math.
No, Jeff's not good at math.
But the Sabres coming off an impressive, basically 30-game stretch here. They're going to get a 3-week break here during the Olympic Games. I really think that the Sabres I'm hoping they make a big splash and they're buyers at the trade deadline this year instead of
when is
sellers.
The trade deadline?
I think it's like the first week of May, like the 3rd or 4th or something like that.
Okay.
I think it's that first Tuesday. I really think that the Sabres will be buyers in this, and they've dropped 3 of their last 4. One being an overtime loss.
Games, dude. Yesterday's game too.
They lost last night. Was a dud. They looked like they needed the rest. They looked like they knew they had a break coming up and just weren't playing. So I'm looking forward to it. I think we've got a really good goaltending group between Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, who's unfortunately not going to play in the Olympics because of a lower body injury. He's going to recover over this next 3 weeks. Alex Lyon's going to get his mind right. Yeah. Hopefully they can coach Colton Ellis to be a little bit more controlled and not chaos, as his nickname is Chaos Colton right now. So I have high hopes for the Sabres at this point.
70 points. They're fourth technically in the Atlantic Division. Yeah, I mean, dropped 3 out of the last 4. Not great after the win streak they were on, but they've looked good, though. Even in some of the losses, you're right, the last one was a dud.
I was at that Montreal game last Saturday.
The Montreal game, they should have won. The Tampa game, they should have won.
Dude, that Montreal game, yeah, they should have won that Tampa game.
Tampa's, but did you watch the outdoor game, though?
No, but that I saw highlights.
Amazing.
It looks amazing. I know.
It was 5-1.
Yeah.
Boston. Tampa comes back, wins that in a shootout. There was a goalie fight.
Yeah.
It was honestly like the best hockey game of the year.
Right.
And I don't know if it was staged. People are saying it was staged. They knew it was nationally televised. They played at the Buccaneers Stadium.
Yeah.
By the way, it was also 40 degrees in Tampa that night, which was like all-time low. They were breaking like record lows in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
You go to Florida. Hey, I'm going to Florida for vacation. Where do you go? Tampa Bay. Oh, okay. It was 40 degrees. Okay, never mind.
But that Montreal game I went to last Saturday, I have been to a lot of Canadian games, like Canadian team games against the Sabres. I have never seen that many opposing team fans in our building. When they scored their goal, the entire first 100 section.
You talking about Montreal?
Montreal.
No, them motherfuckers come here. They come here.
Bro, I've never seen a Toronto game with that many Toronto fans. And Toronto's, I promise you.
No, dude. I've seen Toronto.
I've heard too. Ask Casey Doozer. He said the exact same thing I said. He's like, I have never seen this many opposing team fans.
Well, Montreal is also really good this year.
They're okay this year. They're not really good.
I think
that's the first game that's the first game that they beat the Sabres in this year.
Where the fuck are they?
They're Canadians. They're 78 points.
Oh wait, hold on.
You just missed it. They're
second in the fucking Atlantic, dude. They're better than us. They're good this year
by 2 points.
But they're really good.
We had the same amount of wins.
Jeff, this team was like last place last year, dude, next to us.
Yeah, I get it.
They're a bottom feeder.
They're the same.
So the
Red
fans
Wings
are going to show out. That's what I'm saying. They're not far. I mean, they're far, but they're not far.
But the reason the reason they show out in Buffalo is because you can get
cheap tickets, dude.
Cheap tickets, a hotel, dinner, Ubers,
compared to everything Montreal.
Cheaper. Bro, you could get season tickets. You could be a Montreal fan, get season tickets in Buffalo cheaper than 4 games in Montreal. Same thing with Toronto.
Correct.
So that's why.
No,
like I said, there was more than ever I expected.
But I'm saying the population is due because they are good this year, and they're second in the Atlantic Division. Tied for second in the Atlantic. The fucking Red Wings, dude. They made a push last year and they fell off. I'm hoping they fall off too. Patty Kane's on that goddamn team. Fuck him now, because he had a chance to come to Buffalo and he denied us because he looked at our team, and I don't blame him. And he said, fuck this team, dude. And he went to another team.
Yep. And
the Red Wings looked like they were more on the up than the Sabres. However, that being said, fuck Patty Kane at this point. I hope the Sabres pass them, and I hope they don't make playoffs. And he goes back and goes, man, maybe I should have went on, because he would have been a second liner. He wouldn't have been a first liner. He would have been a second liner. You have Pat Kane as your right wing on your second line.
Phenomenal.
Thank you. All right, I think that's all we have for this episode. Like I said, we're gonna probably do a couple more. We're definitely gonna do a March Madness bracket. We're gonna try to do some Sabre talk for the playoffs. At this point, they look like they're locked in. I don't want to jinx us, so we'll have some episodes. Don't know what the schedule is gonna look like. Probably gonna take a couple weeks off here, and then we'll resume play. But yeah, we got at least a handful more episodes for the rest of season 7 here.
Yeah, it's been fun, and thank you to everybody that has tuned in. I know your mom's a huge a fan of the podcast. Your brother Cody, who is here now and not watching anymore,
Brian Cushing
took our numbers down, but that's okay. Yeah, if you follow us on social media, we'll post when we can. I drop the ball on Instagram all the time, so follow us on Facebook, Instagram, our YouTube, ring the bell, so that way when we do go live, you guys will know
Make
about it.
Make sure you guys subscribe. I don't even say that shit because I hate it. It's so cringe.
It is.
But if you guys are watching and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. You can hit the bell for notifications.
It costs you nothing.
It literally does cost you nothing. I just hate doing it because it is so cringe. I watch other YouTubers and they promote the shit out of that.
Yeah,
I hate
we
it,
don't.
I try to grow this channel organically. I don't do any promotion whatsoever, and I probably should. But if you guys haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel. We are on Spotify. We are on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts. So, I mean, it is free, no charge, man. And we do this during the football season every week, dude.
On top of our full-time jobs. We're not doing this
exactly.
To get paid. We're doing this for
I'd love
fun.
to get paid from this. It would be great.
Right?
If I could sit here and just talk sports and get fucking money in my checking account, sign me up.
Or free beers. Shit, we'll review beers for free if you're going to.
God, I'll be a fucking whale at the end of the season. But yeah, free beers for sure. Guys, with that being said, I'm Mikey D.
I'm Jeff.
We out.
Go Bills.
Beer on tap, tables about to snap. Wide right miss, take another sip. From Orchard Park to the studio, Mikey D and Jeff with a G. It's the Bears and Buffalo Show.